Hey guys, it's Chau Time. I'm gonna do my best to get this voiceover done without this young lady interrupting me. So here is your list of ingredients. Very easy, things that you can have around the house for a very small amount of money. Takes 15 minutes, so let's get started. Here I have my cast iron pan on medium-high heat. You do not need a wok to make fried rice. You need a pan that can get hot and hold the heat. That's what we need. And something deep enough to hold the amount of rice that you're gonna cook. You see that little pan behind it? That's great for like 2 people. I'm making here enough for about 5 people. So I have 5 eggs in my very hot mixture of canola and olive oil. And I'm using my chopsticks to kind of give that like a loose scramble while it's cooking. I like the texture of the eggs when you scramble them in the pan as opposed to like scrambling them in a bowl. They get a little bit tough that way. And we also need that gelatinous, oh yeah, and we're gonna add some salt. So we need that gelatinous kind of texture on the top of the eggs as we're cooking it because that's what's going to adhere to our leftover rice. So here I have 4 cups of leftover rice. It's like 2 cups of white rice and 2 cups of some Spanish rice that I made. And that is about a cup of frozen mixed vegetables that I added in there. And you guys, I mean, aside from some seasonings, that's pretty much all that's in there. You can add more if you don't like vegetables. I don't know why you wouldn't. You can take them out. You can, of course, add some diced onion. You see here I'm seasoning with some chili flakes and some chicken stock powder. Now you can use the ramen packet if you don't have chicken stock powder at your local grocery store, but I urge you to go get it. And now here I'm going to add some, this is a blend of garlic and onion powder that I have, so it's about a half teaspoon of each. And then this is the secret ingredient. Don't skip the ginger. If you have fresh ginger, grate it right in there. But I'm using dried ginger, ground ginger from the store. It costs, less than $3 probably. And you really actually do need that. So that right there I added was a teaspoon of sugar. And I was going to add, as you can see there, my sambal, which is a spicy garlic chili paste. But my Mexican rice was already spicy from when I made it previously, so I decided not to add it here. And if you don't like spicy, you don't need it anyway. And so we're going to stir fry that. My pan is still on medium high heat. I have an electric stove, so it is about 7.5 to 8. And if you hear the TV in the background, I am watching some true crime. Yes, I am watching these people on trial. I love it. But this recipe is so easy. It's so simple. I mean, I make it probably at least once a week, if not, twice, because we eat rice almost, at least 4 times a week, and I always have leftovers in the fridge. And this is one of my favorite go-to recipes. Like, even if I didn't get to the store, I always have leftover rice, and I always have frozen mixed vegetables. And I mean, who doesn't have eggs? If you don't eat them, you don't have eggs. If you don't eat them, don't add them. You can also use scrambled tofu if that's your thing. This is completely customizable. This is a totally basic. Oh, hi, Dylan. Dylan came to help me, but he kind of chickened out because the pan is really hot. So he was like, I think I'm going to burn myself. And I'm like, all right, here I come to help you. So I'm coming to help in a second here because he said it's just too much. Watch him chicken out. He's about to chicken out. And I took over. So you guys know me. I'm always cleaning up my stove. If you're not comfortable cleaning your stove while it's hot, wait until you're done cooking. Wait until everything's off the stove, and then wipe it up right before you eat. If you don't leave a mess, there won't be a mess later. Clean as you cook. And so here we're actually almost done. I mean, I prefer my fried rice to be a little bit toasty. And if you were worried that, the combination of white rice and Mexican rice wasn't going to like work out into a fried rice, like, dude, it was so good. Let me tell you, okay? So here I'm making a little well for my buddy Dylan to add in, the final flavor kick This is the secret to getting your soy sauce to tasting really good. You see my rice jumping in the pan, that's how hot it is. We're going to add a teaspoon of soy sauce right into that well so it comes into direct contact with the heat. And hi, Jade. So it comes into direct contact with the heat, and that just totally changes the flavor of the soy sauce. And so we're going to stir it all up to make sure that gets evenly distributed throughout the rice. Now this is where you can switch to a spatula. I pretty much just leave everything to sit for a couple minutes. My pan is still on medium-high heat because in our family we prefer that kind of toasted rice flavor. I don't really like a super wet fried rice. I like my fried rice to be a little bit fluffier, you know, like a more steamed texture. And like, check this out. I mean, I just want you guys to hear this, okay? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Did you see that brown stuff? Like, that's delicious. Don't throw that out. That is, oh goodness. Listen to that sizzle. I'm not good at sound effects, but listen to it. So that pretty much is it. I served this up. You know, this will not last in my house. I mean, that whole bowl right there, my husband could probably eat. But I just will serve up, you know, one giant bowl at a time, and we eat it like family style with our little rice bowls. And I served this with a store-bought rotisserie chicken, and I got dinner on the table in under 15 minutes. Excuse me. And not only that, this whole thing was under $15. I got that rotisserie chicken for $7. The fried rice, everything was already in my house, so I didn't have to spend any money on that. I just hope you all make this, share it, and enjoy